Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the China Major South American qualifying coverage. Today, we find out which two of these four teams will be moving on to the China Major in a couple months from now, and which two will be coming just short, however, still have a chance, obviously, for the upcoming minor then. As a result of that, we got a lower bracket match. This is elimination time for these two teams. Thunder Predator going up against Infamous Young in a best-of-3. Looking forward to some good Dota once again. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Elevated, we're here the final day. We'll find out which of these two teams at least stays alive and has a chance to play one more series after this one.
Yeah, lots on the line. A chance to go to the major. It's kind of amazing that we're so close to actually knowing who half the teams are going to be, at the Chinese majors. So, Infamous Young, Thunder Predator. We saw this matchup yesterday. It's pretty one-sided, but hopefully Infamous Young has come up with some new strats. I see that they banned out the Tusk, which Thunder Predator used against them.
Wait, did we see this matchup yesterday?
I think so.
No.
Did we not?
Well, you're thinking of because Infamous Young played Playmare, and then they played Test 1, 2, 3. It was a match that we casted with them. Thunder Predator played Pain Gaming yesterday. They did play Infamous in the group stages. Not Infamous Young, though.
Oh, it's Infamous. Okay.
Yeah. That was the other Infamous team. This is the second Infamous team. But point is,
bad Elevator. Come on.
The point is, though, Infamous Young, this is clearly a newer team trying to find more and more experience. Obviously, an event like this brings that to them. Thunder Predator, on the other hand, they're a team out here in South America where you have the two Pain squads, or now the Pain and then Test 1, 2, 3. I think it's safe to say Thunder Predator is that next tier team where they could possibly qualify for the major if things go well for them. So they're the favorites. Obviously, we'll have to see how it plays out, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the team that we thought had a chance to qualify for the first major, and they look to be that, I believe they're an all-Peruvian squad, and they're definitely on the rise. They have a lot of experience. They've got some very skilled players. They just don't seem to be able to quite hold it together in those high-pressure moments to actually close out games, but they definitely have the ability to get ahead and get ahead quickly, even against some of the best teams in the region. So I agree that they're the favorite in this game, and they certainly can give whoever loses the Pain Gaming versus Test 1, 2, 3 a run for their money for that second spot.
Yeah, so here we are, game one, again, of this best-of-3 at least. Rubik first pick, and right off the bat, I gotta say, for Infamous Young, very curious on that. I know Rubik obviously got that change, the Arcane Supremacy now with the Aura. Pretty powerful, but it's almost like an odd first pick here. Usually you want to be picking up a Rubik as a response, kind of both with the what you can steal as well as the magic resistance, but Rubik just a confident hero, I suppose, and then paired with a Centaur, to be fair, that is a solid combination. Possibly see laning together.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that Rubik is definitely trending upwards as far as picks. I think people are realizing that this Arcane Supremacy is pretty insane in terms of what it actually does, giving you the ability to essentially have all of your opponent's spells, but better versions of them. You take the arrow from Mirana, and suddenly it's a 6 or 7 second arrow. You take the Stormbolt from Sven, and suddenly it's like a 3 or 4 second stun. So I think that Rubik is definitely on the rise, and like you said, it combos very well with the Centaur.
Yeah. This is another hero that's very much so on the rise. Lich, not only was he kind of reworked, but he was reworked, as we were talking about when the patch notes first came out, kind of this sexy rework of sorts. Like, his abilities went from just being very plain and simple to, all right, there's a little more depth to them now, perhaps. But frankly, they've proven to be very strong. I mean, the new Frost Shield especially, it's almost like this kind of free radiance that you put on somebody, and, oh, by the way, damage is mitigated by 60% on the target that you apply to at level 4 at least. So even at 30% at level 1 is insane itself. So point is, strong ability, strong hero. Almost a little surprised to see it got through the second tier bans.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that Frost Shield, 60% damage reduction when it's maxed out. And on the other side, Centaur's Aghanims used to give 60% damage reduction, and that was something that had to be nerfed because it was too strong. So now Lich has that just in a regular spell. And comboing that with Ember Spirit, I really, really like both the Slark and the Ember Spirit to be paired with this Lich, because both heroes tend to dive. They want to get deep into the enemy backlines. They want to dive towers, and the frost armor, or frost shield rather, is about the best tool you could ask for to combo with that kind of playstyle.
Yeah, the ones that want to get in there, aka Ember Spirit, as you're pointing out, it makes sense most certainly. So, lineup coming together for Thunder Predator. We didn't even talk about the Slark yet, but yet another hero, obviously very strong right now, and going to be their core option. So, they're probably going to last pick either a support or an offlane, depending on what the Phoenix is going to be, I suppose, right here for Thunder Predator. But like their position 1 and 2 cores, despite 2 heroes still to come for Infamous Young.
Yeah, most likely the offlane is going to be the last thing, probably, you know, hoping to respond. It is a last pick, so they're going to be able to respond to both the carry and the mid from Infamous Young. And one thing that they're certainly lacking at the moment is lockdown and somebody that can hold people near the Phoenix egg. So we could see something like an Enigma coming out, or perhaps the Magnus is banned, but some other form of big team fight control, I think, is what they'll be looking to pick up.
You know, here I saw earlier, I was watching, what was it? It was either Southeast Asia or CIS earlier. I saw Tidehunter one of the games, and it seemed like it was doing pretty good. A hero that we don't see a lot is a walking ultimate in a lot of ways still, obviously with the Ravage, but just beefy presence offlaner that could just run at you, and you're talking about could use more control. Obviously that would bring that. Now, it's like I said, a big cooldown, of course, but I don't know, it'd be fun to see the Kraken here, the watermelon.
Definitely. I don't know exactly how well that would go against the Morphling, just because Morphling is one of those heroes that really abuses these tanky strength offlaners that don't have the best armor. And so you might struggle against that. However, this new Tidehunter, I haven't seen it played yet, and I've seen some people experimenting with builds like Desolator, Solar Crest, and stuff like that. So I don't actually really know where Tidehunter is at in the meta right now.
Fair enough. Nyx Assassin gonna happen. Great against Ember Spirit especially. So got to think that's up there. Why they picked it up.
Mid Nyx Assassin or mid Rubik, one of the two.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it could be a Wyvern core as well if they feel like that's a strong. But honestly, a core Nyx Assassin potentially
it's super good. Super good against Ember, super good against Lich, super good against Phoenix.
Yeah.
And good against Slark if you can get an early gem and counteract his Shadow Blade. So, I mean, the Nyx makes quite a bit of sense as far as countering their heroes. It's not necessarily the best core, just in general, because of the scaling of the hero, but I do like the interaction that it has with Thunder Predator's heroes.
This gets Slaughter now. Final pick for Thunder Predator.
Good Slaughter actually doesn't sound too bad. Okay, there's another one.
Yeah, similar idea, kind of. Blink hero. Get in, stun, initiate. Obviously, Sand King brings more of the team fight. And, man, this Sandstorm has actually been fun to watch, too. The couple of Sand King games we've had to cast ourselves. It's proving to be a very, very strong change for the hero. Not only just what it does now as far as the damage, but the idea that he can just move around in it, and just how large it is. Just takes up, almost feels like the whole fighting area.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice change for Sand King, who had fallen out of the meta once they nerfed his Burrow Strike. So it's nice to see them buffing some of the other abilities to make him have a little bit more like different styles of play that he has access to. I will say that it's yet another hero that Nyx Assassin can proc Spike Carapace off of.
True.
But it also is a very good pair with the Lich Frost Armor. So there is that. And it is a Robo Z Rubik, so it's going to be mid. We've been seeing quite a bit of mid Rubik, actually. I know Weehaw has been playing it a lot. Thompson as well has been playing it in pubs. And I believe our boy D2 Bowie made a video about mid Rubik and how strong it can be.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why. Kind of starting this little bit of a trend here, supposedly. I mean, on paper, it seems like, yeah, getting this hero some early levels, getting him that early Blink Dagger. I mean, we know what a position 4 Rubik can do eventually later on in the game, stealing specific abilities, and especially an Ags on top of that. So it's just getting those things that much quicker, I suppose. Kind of makes sense that scaling could be pretty good. So obviously, we'll see if it works out here against Thunder Predator, whose lineup definitely strong across the board, no doubt, like what they brought to the table. But I do think that Nyx Assassin was a strong finish. It's, I don't know, the more I'm thinking about it, Infamous Young, just without taking the skill and experience, whatever, I do like their lineup potentially. The Morphling here, we mentioned the lack of solid lockdown on the Radiant side. Sand King, sure, a little bit, but Morphling should have a pretty free-roaming game, it feels like.
Yeah, I think that it is going to be all about whether he can get off to a decent start in this laning stage. Because when a Morphling is, ahead, it's very hard to deal with him. But if he's behind and he's struggling to find that farm, I think he is going to struggle to find space against an Ember Spirit who's most likely going to go boost of travel and be able to pick him off and set up for the Sand King as well. Mm-hmm. So it really is all about whether he can have a good start in this laning stage, I think. I do want to go back to the Rubik just real quick, because the burst potential that you have with Fade Bolt and, the Burrow Strike, with the even just the Frost Blast from Lich, and if he's able to pick up some Remnants, I mean, he does have the potential to just blow people up.
That's true. Tanking. He's taking some good damage up here. The Radiant trying to contest for this bounty rune, but Infamous Young says, no, this is ours. They have 3 heals here. They're ultimately going to get 2 on both sides, and we'll take the split. So as far as the lanes and how they're setting up right now, again, keep going back to it, is Robo Z on the Rubik. He's going to end up mid, matched up against Ember Spirit here. So, I mean, in that matchup specifically, as you see, he missed the block, unfortunately, getting there late, so it's going to be the advantage early for Jamari. But Ember Spirit, I would think, should have a decent. I guess Fade Bolt spam could be potentially annoying from the Rubik, but I don't think Ember Spirit's going to be worried about dying here in the middle lane by any means.
No, definitely not, especially with the Flame Guard, mitigating a good amount of Rubik's damage. Fade Bolt, not the highest damage spell until he gets like level 3 and 4 in the ability, and he does need to be careful of his positioning, because even with the telekinesis, Jamari landing a Searing Chains can probably still run him down.
Centaur, he's got a pull going. I like this. He's pulling the creep wave as well as putting some hits into Lich in the meantime, but Lich doing a good job of pulling the creeps to the jungle camp, and it's got some mind games going on right here. So Centaur trying to get some last hits in the meantime. Wyvern's even coming over. And meanwhile, you have Slark just hitting creeps underneath the tower. It's not the easiest, though. Slark's maybe not necessarily the best at that, so is having trouble, it seems like, almost trying to pull them away. And now it's going to come over here. They want to fight the Centaur.
They do.
Frost Shield goes down. A little bit of damage. The Pounce lands, and Attune gets first blood. So, yeah, it looks a little scary there going into that Centaur, but he is only level 1, so no double-edged threat. They felt confident.
Well, that was, I think, a little easier than Attune was probably even expecting it to be. Able to just land that Pounce and build up a few Essence Shift stacks as well.
Yeah. Oh, did he get a permanent one? Yes, he did. There we go. Let it begin. The infinite scaling, that is. Yeah, there's one game. He had like 25 permanent agility by the end. Just insane, I think. But what that new Essence Shift does, of course, applies the Frost Shield. And yeah, you mentioned Ember Spirit. Obviously, Slark's also good with that Frost Shield as well. Both these cores definitely taking advantage. Nice Sinister's Gaze, bringing him back in. Needs one more hit, though. Not going to get it. The salve is popped, and thus Wyvern will survive. So the attempt was there. Very good. Actually, almost surprised to see him get Gaze at level 2, to be honest, but almost got the kill.
Yeah, I actually really like the synergy of these two heroes in this lane. It gives Slark so much more kill potential. The Gaze plus the Bounce gives you a lot of lockdown, just holding somebody in place while you build up those stacks of Essence Shift. And against the Centaur, it's even more effective since it takes away his HP.
Top lane, Nyx Assassin, he's definitely dead. He does not have a spiked carapace yet, choosing to go the Impale as well as the Mana Burn first. So it gets taken out right there. Look back at the middle lane. Arcane Rune's currently active on Rubik, but he is 17-3, 18-3 now against a 17-0 Ember Spirit. So it is a very, very close back and forth lane there in the middle lane currently, at least. Although, Ember gets level 6, potentially could be looking to make some plays. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this Morphling up here. Nyx Assassin, not really the best support in terms of keeping your cores alive or even keeping the enemy team away from your cores. That being said, he is going to have more experience than he would as sort of like a roaming 4 Nyx, and so they'll be getting that Vendetta earlier, which is pretty important in this game to keep track of the Slark and the Ember Spirit.
Wyvern, nice. Triple Mango on Winter Wyvern, that's it, other than the TP scroll. Interesting build there. Anyways, Frost Shield coming out from Lich, slowing things down. You saw Slark running over, but couldn't get close enough, so not going to risk diving into a dangerous spot there. Instead, just goes back to a CS. But yeah, Morphling 18-5. So again, this CS is so far looking pretty strong.
Mid lane.
Yeah, Rune area. Jamari coming over. He's in trouble though. Gets caught with the Impel. RoboZ doing plenty of damage. Invis Rune though. He bottled it up. He uses it. He's going to pop a salve. He'll be fine. So nobody dying in the end.
A good rotation by the Phoenix also coming over, landing that Fire Spirit, which pretty much denies that kill entirely. Oh, bottom lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's that combo, man. Jumps in. It's ridiculous.
This Frost Shield is definitely going to get nerfed. 35% flat slow level 1 is ridiculous. It's definitely going to be changed to scale.
You think that's the part that's ridiculous? I guess it is, but honestly, the damage or the damage mitigation for me is what seems so stupid strong. We're probably going to see several parts of it get nerfed. Let's be honest here.
It's look how slow these heroes are. Come on.
They're going again. No, he gets the rune and he pounces out. Splinter Blast going to hit him, but he gets the bottom rune too. That's going to be all 4 runes going for Thunder Predator here. Silly point. 5-minute ones. Pretty good. I guess RoboZ, it's going to be the hands of him early on, man. He's got good CS. He's actually winning this matchup, excuse me. Oh, look at that. He steals a Flame Guard. He's just going to run at Ember Spirit. I like that. It's pretty clever.
But yeah, it's going phase boots, which is very interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
And again, I mean, we haven't seen mid Rubik until very recently, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like the Arcanes is still good, but
go on the phase boots. Yeah, I feel like phase boots too. If you benefit from the attack speed, that's obviously a good argument for it as well. But yeah, Rubik's not really. I don't think he's going to be looking to right click constantly with this build. So yeah, I'm with you there. The phase boots does seem an odd choice, but I'm more curious if anything to see where he goes after that as Haystron going to be picked up by Pamplona on the Wyvern. I figure it's going to, like I said from the beginning though, it's going to be like a normal Rubik game, just much more amplified. How quicker he gets the items, the blink, Ags even, we'll see.
Yeah, the games that I have seen of mid Rubik from like Weehaw and Thompson have been pretty much I think oftentimes going for Aether Lens. So that's why like Arcanes maybe, because you go into the Aether Lens after that, and then transition obviously into the blink Ags pretty quickly.
Okay.
Also Kaya, something that I've seen picked up on the mid Rubik as well.
Good old Kaya.
I mean, he gets 2 Kayas basically from Arcane Supremacy, 2.5 Kayas, and then he gets the 3rd Kaya. And then it's 36% spell amp is pretty ridiculous.
That can get up there. As you mentioned, some of the abilities he can steal. By the way, Nyx Assassin top lane in trouble. One more attack will do him in. Icarus stab away. He's going to be fine from Phoenix. And now they're battling. It's shifting into strength, those Morphling. So yeah, Frank, we'll just stun through and run away.
Why does it always feel like Sand King has like way more health than everybody else in the game?
It does seem like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
He doesn't even have that high of a strength gain either. So I don't know.
It's like like a built-in plus strength that doesn't show up on Sandstorm or something. Because yeah, again, in the previous game there was one game that we saw him where he would just sit in that Sandstorm and it didn't seem like he was dying. And I suppose it's a mix though too, because maxed out it deals 100 damage per second, I believe. Yeah.
Wyvern's in trouble again.
He sure is. There's that Frost Shield. Slark right on top. Also has a Shadow Dance. Look at that. Sinister's Gaze to pull him back in. He is going to go for the TP play and will be successful. Good to move my Centaur there. There's that lack of lockdown to an extent. Top lane, TP out from the Morph lane. That's going to leave Nyx Assassin all alone. So Thunder Predator just going to keep the momentum up across the board. Despite Carapace sure helps, but nice double Impale stun. And you know what? He will limp away and survive in the end, but they're just going to go back to farming the lane anyway. So, yeah, 2,000 net worth play. Thunder Predator is, again, overall looking good. Rubik and Morphlin, though, their CS continues to be pretty dominant at the same time.
Yeah, definitely both having pretty decent starts. Jamari was able to snag that double damage rune right in front of RoboZ's face.
Down here again. Yeah, this is really bad because we're looking at 4 stacks now of that permanent agility for Slark already.
Yeah,
that adds up.
Yeah, this is a very snowball-y patch so far, and Slark, one of the best snowball heroes in the entire game, especially with this change where he's getting that permanent agi.
It's half a Wraith Band right there.
Yeah, 14 armor on this hero at the moment.
Well, good thing they have the Rubik with the spell amp. He's not really concerned about armor. Wants a dish magic damage. He's gonna go drums right now. Is what he's queued up at least. And oh, he has. I was wondering. He just like TPs back to base. I was wondering what he was doing, but full life and half mana. But that's why he's got the remnant. He's using it, and he's going for the kill. Jamari pops a flame guard, level 4, so he'll be fine. But still, those right clicks maybe no. Okay, with the flame guard though, yeah, that's ambitious. He steals the sleight of fist. Only level 1. He gets the kill on a Prada who came in to try to save his teammate. Nice golden embrace at the last second. A lot of magic damage still, though. The frost shield is applied, and RoboZ is going down. So not the trade he was looking for. It looked flashy, but quite an aggressive dive there from Rubik. And now Paplona. He might get caught by the Burrow Strike. It's barely in range. He sees him now, and Jamari from the other angle will help finish the job. Nyx Assassin just going to walk away as they counterward on top of that, but walk away. Icarus dive forward. Can't walk away when you're being slowing down so massively. Missed the impale, the frost shield's applied, and see you later, Nyx Assassin. So that's one of those saved your teammate syndromes that we saw right there. As Jamari, ooh, he actually took a lot. Oh my god, he still almost died. But he does get away in the end.
Yeah, the snowbally nature right there, just kind of chaining one kill into the next, and you don't want to be bleeding kills away. If you are Infamous Young, you need some more time for this Morphling to come online, and especially since he really is the one core on your team. I mean, obviously it is a Rubik core, but as we get, you know, towards mid and late game, it's really just all about this Morphling.
Yeah, he's not your, again, as I use that term, the right-click core that we'll see on a lot of these mid heroes coming out. More of that snowball-y early magic damage, sure, but yeah, most certainly relying on the Morphling. So going to continue to look at his farm and see how he's doing, which right now the triple Wraithman power chest. Bottom lane, Stampede being used to go in. The Chain Frost coming up, only bounces once. Good job running away from Nyx Assassin. That Frost Shield, it's saving Slark for the time being. He's so tanky. He's not tanky enough, though. That 3-kill streak ends 400 gold going the way of Wyvern, so we'll take that nice bounty. The Urn applied to Nyx Assassin. There's a curse onto Lich, and the stun missed at Whiffed. He pops a Frost Shield. Jamari's running in. The Frost Shield's going to save him, and Jamari's going for turn kills. The Cold Embrace is not going to save Nyx Assassin. Shackle's stolen by Rubik. He'll allow Wyvern to TP out freely, but yeah, Lich barely living right there in the end.
Yeah, it's quite a few missed stuns for this Nyx Assassin. It's not the easiest skill to land, obviously, but you know, that's half of what makes the hero viable is being able to land those. So,
how about this decision, by the way? Hand a Midas for Slark. We're going to be seeing. Seems greedy. I mean, that's the nature of the item, but
yeah, I don't really think he's feeling very pressured. You know, he's got 5k gold lead, 12 minutes, and why not just go ahead and extend that? It's not really like Infamous Young can push the pace with their heroes and the way that the laning stage went. So just looking to kind of keep up with the scaling of the Morphling and get to those higher levels of attack speed and lifesteal and all that.
That's what I was thinking. It's, oh my god, they're going to collapse here at the top lane. The bots finish an Ember Spirits. All of a sudden, 4 heroes show up to kill this Morphling. He's shifting over to Strength. Gonna use that wave for him, but he only gets so far. The Frost Shield and everything keeping it slowed down. Phoenix throwing out the egg as Wyvern ran in. So he's taking some burn damage from that. Gets out of range, but the curse at the last second and the Shrine pop. So Ember's gonna be fine for the time being at least. Nyx Assassin wants to go in. Here's the Sandstorm on the back lines out. Cold Embrace on Wyvern, healing him up. The Chain Frost bouncing on over the creeps. Back over to the heroes. They get the 2 kills, but that's bouncing around still. It's too much creep damage, however. The neutral's tanking so much. Nyx Assassin almost goes down. The Burrow Strike hits center. He has that Hooded Defiance, however. They kill Phoenix. And Sand King's in trouble, but here comes Slark. Slark wants to clean up. He gets 1. He gets 2. He's going for the 3rd. RoboZ really wants Frank dead. 1 more auto attack. It's not enough, though. The Dark Pack comes out of the Sandstorm, and down goes RoboZ. What a fight. The chaos just kept on coming, but I guess with the Slark cleanup, it's pretty good for the Radiant in the end.
Yeah, it was looking really good. RoboZ hit a triple remnant, was able to clean up that Ember Spirit. Oh, the pounce over the cliff.
Oh, no.
A tune.
And there's a free Wraith Band, by the way. He has 8 charges of agility, so he's got the Wraith Band agility stacks for that. He's got the Hand of Midas, which he used going into that fight, so it's going to be a cooldown in 20 seconds. We are seeing that snowball.
Oh, yeah. He has. Probably, I would call this a scary amount of agility already. 14 minutes into the game. He just showed up at the perfect time, able to clean up those fights, and that's really what you want to be doing as this Slark right now. I will say, though, that RoboZ, I mean, he's showing off that he certainly can have a big impact on this core Rubik.
Chose to go the drums, by the way.
Will it be enough?
Sinister's Gaze, they catch Nick's Assassin. He thought he was being sneaky, of course, with that Vendetta, but just go figure. They had a sentry there from the earlier fight, or maybe it was just placed. Either way, they catch him.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah,
9 stacks.
We also gets caught. That was an epicenter used there, by the way. But yeah, again, going back to this Rubik as the aggressive tips. The drums, he has the blink queued up next. Drums is most certainly an item that we are seeing a bit. You think it's just because of all the fighting that's happening, he's decided this team needed to hear.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he wants to be a little bit more tanky before going in for this blink dagger. I really don't know. Like, I haven't seen the drums being built on a core Rubik before. Again, haven't seen the phase boots being built on core Rubik either, so I don't really know what to say about this, but I guess it is just a good early game item for sure.
Radiant are scanning.
More team base, but it means he's not going that Aether lanes, at least early on, so the range not going to be as long. Bottom lane, though, they're setting up on the Radiant side. Sand King, he doesn't have Epicenter, but he's got his own drums. He's already used all the charges, by the way, so can't activate them there. Slark's running in. He was spotted by the sentry. Going to be lifted up, thrown back in. He still wants blood, though. Wyvern curse in the background's onto Lich. However, the Shadow Dance on top of Wyvern, he's going to be taken out. The Phoenix Aid comes out. Lich is going to explode. His 3 heals just collapse, and they kill the Phoenix as well. And now they catch Ember Spirit for the kill. That double edge, yeah. Bursted him like crazy. They're also going to catch up to Sand King. Slark's thinking, like, do I go? It's 4 heroes. Probably not. Frank is dead. That's a triple kill for Nada. And hold your horses. Infamous Young says we still got plenty of fight left.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, I think that Thunder Predator just kind of underestimated the burst damage that's coming out with this Centaur plus Rubik combo. And, I mean, Jamari was there 1 second, gone the next.
Yeah. 8,000 net worth lead still for the Radiant team, but to be fair, a lot of that is just because the supports are just very underfarmed. When it comes to the cores, again, both Rubik and Morphling, they're not doing too bad. Yes, the snowball from Slark is there, but Morphling, that's another kill, by the way. That's more importantly more charges for Slark, but only at 11 now. Anyways, back to Morphling. He has 2,700 gold saved up, so his Linken's, in fact, he buys the Ultimate Orb. Should be coming up in the near future, and I'm trying to think his Linken's, it does prevent against the Burrow Strike, and there's not a lot of single target in general, so it does seem like Linken's is probably a strong pick here.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, I mean, the stats obviously are very good for Morphling, but more so it's just that if you can avoid that one ability that locks you down, you basically have a completely free game. So without the Burrow Strike, and really nothing else can even pop it. The Sinister Gaze and Frost Blast being the only other targetable spells. So Morphling can just avoid that into a Burrow Strike. He should be fairly unkillable.
Yeah. How about this? Rubik stole the Sandstorm even. He's kind of using that to hide in. Sandstorm versus Sandstorm. It's
pretty silly.
Get the Darude out, ladies and gentlemen.
Dyer's
gonna clear that creep wave. They scan. Ooh, the Dire thought they might have been doing Roshan. Obviously not the case, but suppose they don't really have any vision over there, and Radiant wasn't really showing up on the map, but they're going to show up soon.
Gem on Slark.
Oh no, Slark, he catches up to Rubik. He says, yeah, Sandstorm's not going to work, buddy. As you mentioned, he has that gem, so free kill. Remember, that's a mid Rubik, so plenty of net worth gone in the fight now. He does have a buyback, but yeah, it'd be risky. The rest do escape. For now,
really,
he's good.
Really like that early gem. Just, he's the strongest hero on the map right now, and the only things that can really threaten him are Nyx Assassin setting up for his team or not being able to finish off kills because Rubik has the Sandstorm. So this just allows him to fully take over the map.
They're going to get the Blink Dagger on Centaur, so finally they have that strong initiation to work with now. Sand King's still working on his. You mentioned he went the Vanguard first after the drums. He's got a lot of build-up, but now 1,000 gold saved up, so almost there. Coming along nicely. Amber Spirit also finished his Maelstrom, and he too has his own Lincolns now. Even queued up on top of that, so he is second in net worth behind that Slark, of course. It's leading the way.
I think it's a little curious to not see any Force Staffs queued up at all on the side of Infamous Young. That is one of the changes to Slark, where Pounce now can be broken by Force Staff, and it's one of the best ways to kind of deal with the hero picking you off constantly.
Yeah, that's true. It's that item that it's kind of like there's a couple heroes that come to mind where Force Staff is really good against. Clockwork, obviously, although we don't really see him right now, but most certainly I agree. It's that Pounce that has to be up there on that list now. Wanted to pick up said item, but not being seen. Again, under farm supports doesn't help on both the Nyx and especially the Wyvern. Smoking from the top is the Radiant side. Spirit Vessel, by the way, on Lich is also finished. So again, very good item against the Morphling especially.
Yeah, Midas on Phoenix also. Very greedy by Prada.
They're feeling good, and for good reason. He's going to be spotted by the Sentry. Yeah, they know he's over here. However, Morphling still...
Radiant are scanning.
Is he just not paying attention? He's dead. They 100% saw him. They were even pinging it out. Anyways, he's dead. Nyx Assassin is going to get caught with a spiked care, or he has a spiked carapace, but he gets caught with a Burrow Strike, and he's dead anyways. Obviously, now two are dead. Frost Blast slowing down Robo Z on top of the Frost Shield. He stole a pound, so he gets over the ledge. Well played right there. He's alive for now, but the dot still ticking, preventing the blink. He's 100% dead at this point. Toon is on a godlike streak playing this Slark right now. I go back to, I just don't know. He was not paying attention. Oh, Jamari's dead. Okay. Something in the end.
Yeah. Did they actually have any vision? I mean, I know that the sentry's there, but was there any way for them to actually see him walking through the river?
I thought I saw a ward right there just before that maybe expired. Maybe not. Okay, yeah, the way he didn't move, maybe he didn't. Either way, yeah, that's just unfortunate as far as his positioning, I guess, but also good.
There's no mana.
Right?
That's a gem on the ground.
And the gem goes down. Wyvern hit the curse on a Phoenix, able to Icarus dive away for now. Sand King, much harder kill, especially with that Frost Shield. There's the Phoenix Egg trying to scare them off on top of the Chain Frost. It bounces over to Nyx, though. Oh, that could have been so much worse for Infamous Young. But it bounced far away, and thus they kill the Phoenix and get away. So, yeah, that's a bit of a overextension once again.
Alms for the dead.
Huge streak going the way of the Morphling. Nada did get the last hit on that. And more importantly, I think feeding that gem over to Nyx Assassin, who can now play the exact same game as Slark and really control the map and shut down what Slark can do with his Shadow Blade.
They currently have it on Centaur.
Yep.
But
a little bit less likely to die with the Stampede.
Yeah, again, Nyx Assassin's had a struggle here, and not the biggest life, only just over 1,000. So maybe definitely the safer route, but if you can get some farm, getting it on him, of course, wouldn't make sense. It's double
Full
damage.
pipe complete on the Centaur. And Nada, what is he going to queue up next? Does he go BKB? Does he go Manta style?
Nothing
Hurricane
yet.
Pipe? Something like
Manta,
that.
I think, would be good at Shackles. As Wyvern, Cold Embrace, Dark Pact doing plenty of damage still. He gets caught with the combo. Gonna get a Shadow Dance off. He sure can. The curse hits Lich, but he already popped his Chain Frost. Bounced around doing plenty of damage. So they take out the Wyvern. Centaur, no doubt dead. The Sinister's Gaze gonna pull him back in. No chance of an escape. Morphling got out of there. Yeah, he was low, but not low enough.
Gem goes back.
It did, didn't it? Yep.
Nobody picked it up, though. It's just sitting over here.
Oh, boy, they forgot.
Seems like a pretty important item this game.
And the Radiant, remember, they could they could see it at least initially. In fact, they can see it now. I'm looking at their vision.
Radiant's
Yeah, they're
middle
pinging it.
tower is under attack.
So
Dire's
they know
top
it's there.
tower has fallen.
But the Dire does not. Or, excuse me, the Radiant does not, but the Dire does.
Yeah, because they have the vision since
Yeah.
they held it last. Nyx is going to go grab it.
Radiant's
She's going to
middle
sneak
tower
by.
is
Yep.
under attack.
He's just going to go pick it up. That's an oversight there for Thunder Predator. You got to pay attention to that. Oh, he's running over. It's like they know. Oh, yeah, they're pinging. Like,
Vendetta time's out.
yeah, he's Spike Carapace. He's dead. Okay, now they should get the gem. Guy, don't do it again. Okay, come on. I swear to God, if they left it again. All right, well, we'll call it bait. That's kind of what that was there.
Very, very back and forth game. Morphling still hasn't queued up another item, so... Oh, okay, so it is the BKB. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, he did kind of have to just get out of dodge during that fight, and BKB will allow him to stay and stand toe-to-toe with most of the heroes in Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I suppose BKB just ultimately is stronger than the Manta when I was thinking that as far as what it really prevents here. Manta, argue, is worse against a hero like a Lich, too, so... yeah, I think that the BKB for sure makes sense.
Yeah, this new interaction with lifesteal
Are scanning.
being much stronger now. Of course, Slark has the lifesteal talent, and then pairing that with the Frost Shield means that Roche is actually very easy to do, as long as you have a Lich on your team.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant's bottom tower. has
All right,
fallen.
more playing TP now after getting the tier 2 bottom, so he gets that at least in response to the Roshan kill. But that is an Aegis now on Slark. As he has wait. Oh, they changed the colors. That's right. I heard. I do remember seeing like a tweet about that. Sage and Yasha is now orange.
Wait, really?
Yeah. They changed the colors. I think to be more color appropriate for the colors that they're combining.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't realize. I just always assumed that the purple one was the same.
Yeah.
Still.
Attune's going in. They catch Nyx Assassin. Free kill.
18 stolen Agi.
No mistake.
Yep. There's another Hand of Midas use. He's working on the Eye of Scotty. Remember, he has the Aegis as well. There's the Lincoln's also finished on Ember Spirit.
Dire's
wanna
Why
make use
didn't
of
they
these
just make
Aegis.
Sanj and Kaya red? That's so confusing.
Well, so Sanj and Yasha, what is Sanj is red, and then Yasha is green. So red and green makes orange.
Thanks for that.
Like that's why they did it.
Dire's bottom tower.
Because, like I said, it's a color appropriate. And then Kaya's blue, Sanj is red, and that makes purple.
Okay, and then
green
blue,
and blue
to
makes,
turquoise.
yeah.
I see. Well, that is very confusing.
In the sense of, yes, for what we've known over so many years, it's absolutely confusing. But when it logically, it does make sense.
Color theory, if we want to get technical, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yes. That's going to be one of those as a spectator, though. It's going to take a while to get used to. Anywho, has it. And they are going to group up and push out this bottom lane. Obviously, they got the tier 1. They had to get the creep wave, though. Rubik currently has Burrow Strike stolen. He went a Yule's after his Blink Dagger. So, Burrow Strike, arguably one of the better abilities that he can steal, no doubt. Especially
Definitely.
in this
I
game.
mean, really wish he had this Ags by now, because that would be real nice to steal at that point.
Oh, yeah. Probably going to get next. Axe does feel like a safe call to go next. There's not only the Burrow Strike, but hell, Chain Frost could be fun.
Dire's bottom
Yeah.
tower is under
Infinite Chain
attack.
Frost.
The Slark Shadow Dance, if you're able to steal that, applying to your teammates as well.
Dire's
I honestly
bottom
didn't even
tower
know,
has
really, the
fallen.
325 radius, wow. That's right, that was a change that happened a while back. Don't really see the Axe on Slark, though. Yeah, they are going to initiate. The counter, though, coming in. That Sinister's Gaze from Lich. Very ambitious, could put him in a bad spot, and he does go down. Centaur figuring out what else to do. Stampede activated. The Shadow Dance has ward off for Slark. He needs to get the hell on out of there as he will. And now the regen kicking back in. So, yeah, again, I mean, that's Sinister's Gaze. It's great and all, but it forces you to stand still channeling on somebody short distance. So
Yeah, you got to be very careful with your positioning on Lich if you're going to be using that. And I guess the one main weakness of this Thunder Predator lineup is that they are god awful at hitting towers. So actually closing out this game could prove to be quite the task, and that definitely favors the Morphling, who is steadily climbing up the net worth chart.
Yep.
And, you know, probably is considered the best late game hero in this one, for sure.
Got a Yasha coming as well. It's pushing out that bottom lane. Centaur close behind. They know Slark's over here. It's like they act like they know a Slark. He catches Centaur, but the Cold Embrace comes out. And I mean, Slark at that point, I guess he has team support coming, including that Chain of Frost, bouncing back and forth once again. The Shrine use as well. Centaur, though, he's sticking out back to the creep and back to him. He does go down. The curse on the Dune is not enough to drop him. Finishes Gaze, holding Rubik in place. He, too, will fall. And now Morphling running back to base. Wants to get out. The pounce hits, though, and now he has to pop the BKB, yeah.
That feels so bad.
Yep. Very defensive, and with that down, Thunder Predator may want to really try to push in the lane here.
They don't have any creeps, though, so it's going to be a while before we can actually start hitting any buildings.
Nice counter ward.
10-second BKB just to escape, like, just to move 500 units farther into your base.
Definitely not the ideal use. You saw right there, Slark taking advantage of the Shadow Dance passive, pinged out the uphill, and as a result of him noticing his buff went off, and Zanking took out the ward, so stunned up there. It's just another kind of just nifty tool that Slark has when it comes to the vision game.
Yeah, another reason why the gem on him is so powerful.
The reclaim of the Aegis happens. So, Thunder Predator didn't really get the most out of that Morphling BKB and a couple of kills. They kind of just spread out and farmed, it felt like, rather than really trying to push in a lane. Or I guess they got the tier 2 mid, so they did get something. I didn't want to sell it short. They got the tier 2 mid.
Net worth lead up to 17K. And I think we're kind of just seeing that net worth advantage really playing a big role in these fights. As Rubik is struggling to survive in pretty much every fight.
I was wondering if Morphling was going to go the morph target allies, but does choose not to. I haven't been noticing if he's been morphing, to be honest. Like, I can't say I recall him morphing into something in fights that like was obvious, at least.
Yeah, I've seen him hit. Actually, I was thinking I've seen him hit something, but it's actually the Rubik stealing the pounce, using the pounce on Slark.
Yeah,
so,
Rubik and Morphling. Kind of use their team against them with both of those heroes, but yeah, I mean, he could definitely, obviously the Sand King wouldn't be bad at all. Hell, the Lich would be great, I would think. Throwing up that Frost Shield on yourself and
diving in, yeah, definitely.
That sounds pretty damn good, but he gets away from the bottom lane as Slark was heading down there. So Thunder Predator may just play the very patient route and wait for yet another Roshan. I mean, their building damage still is a bit of a concern, as you pointed out. I'm not sure how they could really answer that. They don't have an obvious Deso carrier. AC would be helpful, but same thing there. Who's going to get that? So no one's going to any of those items.
Yeah, the easier option is really just to corral Infamous Young into their base, farm up another item, wait for the second Roche, and then you can just really dive high ground with Slark and Ember Spirit and Phoenix and Sand King for that matter. Really just, you know, go deep, kill everybody, and then you can kill the buildings afterwards.
Okay, Rubik's actually going BKB over an Ag's choice instead.
Nada needs to get out of here.
Nada is in trouble. Top lane, he's
no way for him.
Gonna get caught. He possibly could be. Yeah, he's forced to fight this, hoping that his team can get here in time. Jamari gets low. Attune, though, still running after, and that BKB is going to be wearing off soon. The Frost Shield is up. Stampede will eventually save it. Rubik just goes balls to the wall. He gets the kill on a Jamari. However, now he's in a horrible spot. Sand King sitting with a Sandstorm. However, Morphling, he is dead. The the Phoenix Egg hit. Put the stun on. The curse actually on Sand King almost kills him in the end with that epicenter being channeled off. However, he does survive. Wyvern's trying to get out. He does, but Centaur cannot. So, yeah, Morphling eventually got caught in that Phoenix Egg, hit the stun, and that was the end of him.
Kind of just baited his team into a really bad fight there, and damage over time from that sandstorm plus the
Dire's
egg
middle tower is under
just
attack.
melted the
Dire's
Morphling.
structures are fortified.
Yeah, I wonder the Spirit Vessel also was applied, so.
And he did, I mean, he did use Morph. He took the Ember Spirit, but didn't really use a whole lot of his abilities.
Now, it hasn't been that flashy
Dire's
Morphling
middle
play
barracks are
that
under
we
Yeah,
definitely
definitely
seen
not.
before. So middle racks,
Oh,
it's
finish the
dead.
game.
Finish just gets as he jumped in. That was beautiful right there. Valkyrie's like kidding me, man. That's ridiculous. He goes down, and he's staying dead for 75 seconds. So
Dire's middle barracks
no
has fallen.
Stampede, which is off cooldown in 30. And they're going to keep going. Because why not? Ember Spirit's even back up now, too. Does he have a remnant or anything? No,
Dire's
he's going
middle
to
barracks
boots
has
in
fallen.
and try to get here quicker. Well, they're going to fall back after getting the racks, though. Morphling is up in 3.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Yeah, you called it, though. Essentially kind of baiting his team into that horrible fight. He survived initially, but it's because this team had to come to the rescue and
Dire's
obviously
top
backfired.
shrine has fallen.
Yep, and it turns out it's pretty hard to defend your high ground when your heroes are dead. Who would have thought?
Yeah. So that's what he needs to do. No items necessary. Kill the heroes.
Second Aegis going to be claimed by Toon here, it looks like, and he's up to 1 stack of agility permanently per level, up to 22.
Insane. And he's almost level 25 too, which I think is you get the 100 seconds. That's
I mean,
for sure.
It's basically permanent for every hit that you do at that point.
Yeah. Oh, Sandstorm and Roshan. That's something else too. Sand King at level 25 now.
Roshan has fallen
He
to
could
the
that slow and blind from Sandstorm. The fact that he can move around with it now in the radius, that is an insane ability. In these team
Sounds
fights.
pretty good. 50 HP regen is also pretty insane, but
Yeah, but I think that left one's better for sure now. Like before, of course, the fact he had to just sit still, yeah, not nearly as ideal. I don't know. It seems like that would be the play. We'll see if he even gets to that as Centaur is just trying to run now. Almost got caught for the kill. Spear Vessel taking him down still, but he will survive. Slark's in. Ember has the Aegis. He's got a Butterfly now, too. Was that a Lincoln spot? Yeah, that was thrown up by Ember.
I'm really liking the use of Sinister Gaze by Matthew in this game. It just seems like such a strong pickoff tool. And I gotta say, whereas I never thought I would actually speak, kind of makes me want to go play Lich.
Right? That's what I'm telling you. The sexy upgrades. That's exactly what Valve had. You're falling into the trap here. So what Valve had in mind. The balance team.
Morphling.
He is caught. He's got a BKB still. He's going to wait for him away, though. He'll be fine. They did pop a Stampede. Remember, that's pretty big now. With that cooldown, Stomp on top of the throne, but Slark, he just doesn't care. He doesn't have Shadow Dance because of lack of mana as the Chain Frost comes out. Good spread, though, from the Dire. We'll stay alive for now. Jamari's back in. Attune heals back up, and you know what? He eats the cheese, so back up to full life, full mana. Still going for that tier 3. Nobody's dead yet. Doesn't mean they can defend, though. He's going to be lifted up, had the Dark Pact. There's a Shadow Dance, and they're going right after Valkyrie. Cold Embrace will save him initially, but I got to think he is dying. Yeah, the Remnant's going in. Morphling also caught half the deposit BKB. He morphs into the Sand King, throws out his own Sandstorm, uses the Burl Strike. So well played right there from Nada. Is it enough? Is the bold question. Though. Yeah, he's tanky on that Sand King. Nyx Assassin is going to get picked off, and now Morphling might have went too deep in the end. Burl Strike in 1 more second, gets caught in the tackles though, and he's dead. He buys back immediately, but the Phoenix saving in front lines. That's a great placement on the Phoenix egg. It's forcing the teammates they can't help. They have to fall back to the fountain. Rubik goes down for the dieback, and there's 1 G. Okay, there's 2 Gs. GGs are called. It's official. Game 1 going to Thunder Predator.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough damage. I mean, we saw it right there. Rubik trying desperately to right-click down the Sand King and hitting for what feels like 5 damage per shot.
Not
Little all in with their draft on the kind of like pick off early magic burst, and they weren't able to really get that tempo going. So, good draft by Thunder Predator. Lich did a lot of work, and those early stacks on Slurk. I mean, what else is there to say? 27 by the end of the game.
Yep, just noticed that too. 27. That's plus 27 permanent agility just because you're Slark. So Well played across the board, Attune. Felt pretty good there. And again, they have the 1-0 lead. So can Infamous Young come back, force a third game, or will this be it? Will they be eliminated? We're going to find that out next here on the China Major South America Region Qualifiers. Again, I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Elevated. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.